A-M-I, cricket letter I, cricket letter I. No, I'm just playing, y'all. But this is some beautiful, delicious Mississippi pot roast. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but it's tender. It's the flavors are not like a traditional pot roast, but it's so yummy, guys. Like, I think this might be my new favorite just because I've had pot roast, for a long time before. But if you're here, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the Breeze Heat YouTube channel. I have all of my social media linked below, as well as some of my favorite pots and pans. You'll see some in this series. But let's go ahead and get started. Seasoning. I did some salt, pepper, as well as some adobo. You'll see that I'm not really seasoning this too heavy, just because we do have the au jus gravy, as well as some ranch pack in it, and a French onion soup. And we just don't want it to be too flavorful. The other flavors of the pepperoncinis will all come out. So, just season it lightly. I say use about a full tablespoon for the front and the back, which means a half tablespoon for the front, half a tablespoon for the back. Get it seasoned, like I said, salt, pepper, adobo, and we'll have all of the ingredients listed below. I am going to be using this beautiful cast iron, like deep pan that my boyfriend got me. And it's also pink. Y'all know that's my favorite color if you hear it Breeze Heat. If not, you now know. If you want to give me something in pink. Make it nice. Get your pan drizzled with some olive oil. I think that's about like 2 to 3 tablespoons, but I do have a bigger pan, so just adjust it to yours. You're gonna wait until the olive oil heats in your pan. Now you want your pan on a medium to high heat, which is kind of like a 5, 6 in our house. I don't do anything past a 7 just because it like tends to burn. We want to get a nice crust developed on this, not nothing that's too burnt. And y'all, do y'all see how thick this pot roast is? Like, this thing was literally 3.5, almost 4 pounds. I got it when I went meat shopping with my mom in Chicago. And yeah, it's a monster, but it did feed us for a few days, which is the beautiful thing about it. And I don't even like leftovers. That's how I know this recipe was bomb and I had to share it. Because, baby, I ate them leftovers, I'll tell you that. But look at me struggling to pick it up. Like, don't be doing what I'm doing and then burn yourself and be like, that's what Bree did. No, we ain't doing that. You better grab you a glove or a spatula or something to flip that around. But I seasoned it. Well, I let it sear on both sides for about 3 to 5 minutes just because it got that nice little brown color. And I'm only going to use half of each packet. I just find that when I do all of them together, it's a little bit too overwhelming in flavor and a little bit too salty. So I just did half of each packet. So half of the au jus packet. I think I did the ranch seasoning first. So half of the ranch seasoning, half of my Lipton French onion soup, and then half of the au jus seasoning. And I'm also going to be using some pepperoncinis. Put as many in there as you would like. I say at least like 6. I don't know if that's like a normal, or I could say, I guess, a cup and a half of pepperoncinis. But it kind of depends. Like, sometimes they big, sometimes they small. And I also used a cup and a half of beef broth. Like I said, all of these will be listed below. The ingredients are all listed. If you want like a recipe card, you can check out my website, which is breezeheatcatering.com. I'll have the recipe card linked on there, and I'll also tag it below so you guys can get to that. So I added in my beef broth and I poured it on top just to get all those seasonings like into the chuck roast. And I also like to use some of the sauce from the jar. I guess it's juice. Peppercini juice. Would that be right? I don't even feel right calling it juice. The liquid that's in the jar of the peppercini. Use about a half a cup of that too, because that'll help develop that flavor. You're gonna go ahead and cover this up. Let it cook on probably like a 4 for about an hour and a half. Look at that. Looks nice and juicy, doesn't it, y'all? This is just like a little sneak peek of what it looks like. It looks very yummy, juicy. Go ahead and close that up. Remember to keep it covered. I think that helps it cook a little bit better. And I would say I cooked this for a total of 2.5, almost 3 hours. And when I had about an hour left, that is when I added on my 4 tablespoons of butter. And I just set it right on top. And then I closed it up and let it finish cooking. And once it finished cooking for the full 3 hours, like, you'll see when your meat is starting to shred apart. You don't want to cook it too high, low and slow. What they say, slow and steady wins the race. And that's how you'll be able to accomplish this. So cook time, about 2.5 hours. Get this, started like earlier in the day. Or if you're using a crock pot, place it on high until the meat's shredding apart. Or an Instant Pot. I think in my Instant Pot, it only takes me about an hour and a half to make a pot roast, just depending on how big it is. But yeah, I'll have all that linked below. So depending on if you're using your Instant Pot, crock pot, or just using something on the stove, you'll know how to make this recipe for yourself. And if you pull it apart, shred it with a fork, once you're done, kind of let it cool off for a little bit, and you'll see it kind of develops its own gravy, which is so nice and beautiful. And y'all, this is so yummy. Like, I cannot describe the taste to y'all. But here we are for a money shot. If you do try this recipe, let me know. I would love to see you guys remaking it. You can tag me in anything that you make. You can mention me on Breeze Heat, or you can make a video. I love when people make their own videos on TikTok. I'm Chef Breeze Heat on there. Facebook, I'm Brianna Latrice, but I'll have all of that linked below. Parsley to dress it up so it look fancy when y'all see the picture and y'all want to try it. Because I don't really put parsley on my pot roast, but when y'all see this picture, y'all gonna be like, damn. Yeah, that's why. That parsley, she's that girl. She can make it, you know, do the thing. And here we are. I'm gonna pick up a piece of meat so y'all can see that nice money shot. Y'all, just look at how, like, do you see the way this is like pulling apart? Like, this is greatness. You are witnessing greatness right now. But yeah, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Happy Soul Food Sunday to everybody who is out there having some pot roast, any type of soul food. And if you're on a diet and you know you having soul food in your heart, I feel you, girl, because that's me during the week when I'm not dropping this heat for y'all on these recipes. Okay? You know, we always dropping heat over here at Breeze Heat. Thanks y'all so much for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Turn on the post notifications for more videos coming soon. Bye, y'all.